Accidents do happen, and people are blamed. But accident is not a one-sided matter. There are some valuable questions, such as what happened, who is wrong, who took the wrong turn, who is at fault. Distraction is one very important factor that leads to accidents, as distracted driving is now like a culture to some drivers. Welcome to Road Matters. I am Fatima Umar. There are some non-driving activities causing distraction to drivers. Do you know that now, texting and driving has replaced all other activities as the leading cause of accidents? There are three main types of distraction while driving: visual, manual, and cognitive. Now let's go to Makurdi in Benue State, where Fatima Hassan will take us through on the visual aspect of distractive driving.
Many drivers do not realize how quickly a dangerous situation can occur when they take their eyes off the road. Many tragedies and preventable crashes is as a result of visual distractions.
As a driver, you are supposed to concentrate on your wheels. So what distracts them? Some of them, maybe their phones. While driving, they concentrate on their phones. They make calls. While others, maybe people passing around. You see a friend, you are waving at your friend. You understand? It can cause distractions as well.
So when you are driving and maybe by the roadside, maybe you get to see people fighting, or some things are happening by the roadside, maybe markets, transactions are going on, you may get distracted as well. And commuters, as they get to cross the road, most times they are not educated on how to use the road to cross over, to watch this side and the other side before crossing. That also culminates into, accidents.
Passengers can aid the distraction of the driver by engaging him on needless discussions. Drivers could also be distracted by eating or doing all other manners of activities that could take his attention from concentrating on the wheels. Some drivers have facilities in their vehicles. They may have discs, they may have cassettes they want to play, and they may have radio stations they may want to tune. So in doing that, the attention will be shifted slightly from the main steering that they are supposed to concentrate on. And so they get distracted. And some could also be distracted by the attempt to adjust their sitting positions while driving. And all of this can lead to the absence of mind.
Sometimes if you are not being careful, you get carried away looking at the screen advertisement. And sometimes people also, like human beings, they do dramatizing, like all these companies, if they're trying to sell their products, they dramatize. So if you are not being careful, you get carried away. Accidents also may occur. Indecent dressing also. You see some girls, maybe they are not well dressed. So sometimes they'll be looking through the window. Sometimes I experienced that they were hunting for the man. He was busy looking at a woman, you understand.
And some of the distracted driving activities are: one, applying makeups while you are driving. Eyes on pets and children. If your children are quarreling or fighting inside the vehicle, you will be keeping eyes on them while you are driving. It's a form of distracted driving activities. And also, you are playing with onboard electronics. Your visual, your radio, your visual display units, you play with them while you are driving. And all these things leads to distraction.
We do, on our part, go to parks and public places, even domesticated areas for public education, so that we refresh and remind motorists on the expectations while on the road. So, if you want to travel, plan it. We always insist on that. Plan your trip. And then while on the journey. Remove your mind from other intervening variables and concentrate on the business of driving. And this helps to remove all forms of distractions. Where you need to make a call, you park off the road and do your call and get back to your journey.
Anything that will make you distracted while you are driving, you avoid it. Now, let's say, for example, if you want to apply makeup or maybe let's say comb your hair as a man, you do it at home in the comfort of your mirror before you enter the vehicle and you sit on the driver's seat so that nothing distracts you. Because by the time you are distracted, you lose concentration and it results to road traffic crash. Now, you as a driver, if you have children in the vehicle, how can you curb them? How can you control them? Because by the time they are fighting, struggling for their biscuits, or maybe their sweets, it gets you distracted. And how can you stop that? To keep eyes on children, you need a nanny. But if you don't have a nanny, you get a restraint for the children, like using the seatbelt.
Nearly everyone is guilty of one form of distractions or the other while driving. We encourage all drivers to concentrate and focus on driving safely by paying maximum attention on the road to help prevent road crashes.
Driving requires complete attention and clear visuals to get to your destination safely. The manual distraction usually happens when you take your hands off the wheel. And there are some things that you do while driving that you know you should never do behind the wheel. Let's move to Ibadan in Oyo State, where Kweju will be our guide.
Driving is no doubt another inevitable thing in life. You either drive or you're driven. Interestingly, to some, driving is business. To others, it is leisure. Some also take it as a hobby. One thing that is, however, certain is that most times driving is part of our life, hence the attention accorded to it. However, what is worrisome in driving is its distractive tendencies, like use of phones, chatting, and loss of concentration. The question then is, can distracted driving be avoided or reduced?
The driver may not focus his attention on the driving, maybe thinking about what has happened earlier before the driving. At that point in time, he will not focus his attention on driving, and as a result of that, it can lead to accident at that point in time. But just like it has been widely circulated, from time to time, you don't drink while you drive, or you don't drive while you are drinking and the like. So a driver is not supposed to take alcohol before commencing driving, because definitely he will not be in the right frame of mind.
Federal Road Safety Corps FRSC statistics indicated that about 10% of accidents on the highway are caused by distracted driving.
When you overspeed, you may not be able to control the steering, or mechanical fault from a vehicle can also cause distraction.
You are thinking of how to sort out the house, the problem, and they will drink alcohol. After they drink alcohol, they won't think about checking their mirror.
Someone in a hurry to go to somewhere and, decide not to check on his vehicle that is going to drive. It will cause accident, like checking the water, checking the tires, checking the engine oil. So then another thing is receiving a call while driving.
Can it be avoided? What are some of the causes of distracted driving? Poverty, economy, state of mind, health issues, or bad roads. So what then is the solution?
So one can avoid it. You don't take to drugs, you don't take to alcohol and assume driving. beer, you know, it has some level, tolerable level in the body. If you take to alcohol or drugs, and the body can no longer tolerate you will not be in the right frame of mind at that point in time. It can lead to distraction or problem in your system, and you will not be, so far you are not in the right frame of mind, you are not supposed to assume driving.
Since the ultimate is safe driving, whichever way it is looked at, examined or analyzed, drivers must avoid being distracted to get to their destination safely and save lives. Our life is precious. Better be late than be late.
Thank you, Kweju, for that enlightening contribution. It is sad and painful that lives are lost on the road for something we can all avoid. Now let's move to Lagos State, the center of excellence, with high vehicular movement and the traffic flow usually slow. Distraction is dangerous. Adedayo will be our guide.
Cognitive distraction occurs when a driver diverts his attention to another mentally demanding task that include using hand-free cell phone, using voice-activated electronic system, fear, stress, daydreaming, mind-wandering, anxiety, and many other emotional demanding tasks. According to research, there are so many accidents that occur without any obvious external reason for them. For instance, an understudied form of distraction that causes accidents among drivers is a situation where drivers start daydreaming and take their minds off driving and begin to wander into their own thoughts. These cause a lot of accidents among drivers.
People usually have things running through their mind. Even when they are driving, things run through our mind. So it's not something that is uncommon, it is common. But the most important thing is that there are some things, there are some tasks that we get involved in and it needs concentration. One of them is driving.
Destructive driving is a common thing that we see all over Nigerian roads, where a driver that ought to have 100% concentration while behind the steering is distracted either by one factor or the other. And in the course of being distracted, his mind is weighed off the reason why he's behind the steering, which is to have a safe driving. And the eventual road traffic crash happened, which could claim life or get people maimed.
Extreme emotions of any kind, whether positive or negative, increase the chance that the driver is not paying close attention to the driving signs and the cars around. It only takes a second to miss a warning sign or a glimpse of danger out of the corner of your eye.
It's all a matter of discipline. For you to be able to drive without being overtaken by daydreaming or emotion is for you to keep to the rules of driving. The rules of driving say you should apply all your 6 senses when you are driving. And for you to apply this is an indication that you are giving 100% concentration, attention to your driving. So if you are driving and you are thinking of what you want to be in future or what you want to do tomorrow or what you want to achieve at the moment, you are daydreaming or you allow emotions, either domestic or economic or political situation in the country to overwhelm you, definitely the probability that you will survive without getting involved in crashes is very rare.
That our thoughts is only open to us, so we can always change our thoughts. For instance, if a thought is trained through your mind while driving, you can always control it. The control of our thoughts is within our reach. You can always change that thought and tell yourself that, look, I'm driving, I have to concentrate.
Drivers who are engaged in mentally distracting tasks exhibit slow reaction time, blindness to their surrounding, reduced activity in parts of the brain that are normally active during driving. Stress, fear, anxiety, daydreaming, and other forms of emotional state of mind can and will impair your driving ability. To stay safe, drivers need to remain aware of other road users and be able to react immediately when unexpected events happen. Alertness is very, very paramount. My name remains Adedayo Adeniji. Over to you, Fatima.
Accidents do not just occur, they are caused. We therefore can avoid them by being careful and wise. A wise driver is one who drives for himself as well as for others by considering and following these simple tips. If you must drive, then you must not drink alcohol. Alcohol, even at the lowest level, intoxicates and reduces reaction time and coordination, which makes most drivers take unwise decisions. 30% of auto crash in Nigeria and beyond have been linked to impairment caused by alcohol. Avoid speeding. Speeding is one of the most prevalent factors contributing to traffic crashes. Speed reduces control in an emergency. A safety-conscious driver leaves early so as to maintain a minimum acceptable speed. Speed kills. Avoid distraction. If you drive and make calls, stop it. If you drive and send text messages, desist from it. Avoid watching television while driving. Avoid applying makeup, fiddling with electronic devices, eating or feeding children while driving. Keep your eyes on the road always. Do not drive while drowsy. A study conducted by researchers at Virginia Tech reported that 20% of all accidents have sleepiness as a contributory factor. If you are on a long trip and feel sleepy, please park off the road and take a nap, even if it's just for a few minutes. A safety-conscious driver always insists on a good night's rest. Keeping a company can help ward off sleep. Always wear your seatbelt. When worn properly, seatbelts can prevent drivers and passengers from being thrown around the car or on the windshield in the event of an accident. Even a low-speed crash can send unbelted persons crashing into the dashboard or side windows, resulting in severe head injuries, broken bones, or even death. Always mind the weather. Driving needs extra caution during the rain as the roads get slippery and visibility is poor. A careful driver will slow down, keep a good distance, and even park and wait it out if the weather gets really bad. Mind the bummers. Safe driving guidelines or traffic rules insist on a safe distance in between the cars. This helps drivers react well if the car in front suddenly turns or stops. At night, it is even advisable to double the distance. Watch out for the other guy. Knowing and going by all the rules does not guarantee safety. A good rule of the thumb to use is assume everyone else on the road is mad, so you are the controller. Do not wait to claim rights. A little wait won't hurt. Always give way to the traffic on your left. A safety-conscious driver must do the first things first daily. Check your car oil and water. Check the tires and always listen to your car engine and have them serviced when due. Finally, a safety-conscious driver must never drive when he or she is emotionally unbalanced or uncoordinated. Be safety-conscious. Drive with care. Life has no duplicate.
A distracted driver is a danger to his or herself and to others on the road too. All this has shown how important it is for distraction to be eliminated while driving. This is where we end the program this week. You can stay in touch with the program on the social media handle on Twitter at RoadMattersNTA or send a mail to roadmatters@nta.ng. Until the next episode, I am Fatima Umar. Let us all crush the culture of distracted driving for a safer drive. Bye-bye.